better than a great guitar solo? A great guitar harmony, of course! Guitar harmonies are one of the most satisfying elements of popular music, especially in rock music. When two guitar players come together with completely different parts, play them in sync, and then you get this third voice that comes out of it, it's kind of a form of sorcery if you ask me. It's amazing! Over the years, there's been many guitar duos that have created incredible harmonies. And sometimes it's just one guy that doubles up on his own stuff and does magic. Think of duos like KK Downing and Glenn Tipton from Judas Priest, and Joe Walsh and Don Felder from the Eagles, and Tom Scholz of Boston, of course. In this series, we're going to take a look at some of the greatest guitar harmonies ever recorded. To start things all off, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite bands and one of my favorite guitar duos of all time. Iron Maiden was formed in East London in 1975 by bassist and band leader Steve Harris. Although somewhat of a revolving door in the early years, the band's current lineup has been pretty stable for quite a few years now. It consists of bassist Steve Harris, lead vocalist Bruce Dickinson, drums Nico McBrain, and on guitars they've got three. We got Adrian Smith, we got Dave Murray, and we got Yannick Gers. As one of the pioneers of the new wave of British heavy metal, Iron Maiden released several platinum and gold albums through the 1980s. This included their debut album in 1980, which was self-titled. In 1981, they released Killers. And in 1982, they released Number of the Beast, which became their most popular record of all time. And it also featured Bruce Dickinson on vocals for the first time. He replaced their previous singer, Paul Di'Anno, in 1981. The addition of Bruce Dickinson as their lead singer was a real turning point for the band. After they released Number of the Beast, they became sort of the quintessential heavy metal band of the 80s. Number of the Beast is arguably their most popular record and sold over 20 million copies worldwide. Holy crap, 20 million copies! I know that I contributed myself to at least 2 of those 20 million copies, including this one. Anybody remember picture discs? Although their lineup has featured 3 guitars for a really long time now, I'm going to go back to their 5th studio album for the guitar harmony I want to focus on today. So the 2 guitar players we're going to focus on here is Adrian Smith and Dave Murray. Sorry, Yannick, I just really like this song. Dave Murray joined Iron Maiden very early on in the band's history, and he's the longest serving member after founder Steve Harris. Dave and Steve are the only members of the band that have appeared on every single album that they've put out. Growing up in various areas of London, Murray became a member of a metalhead gang fighting skinheads before he took an interest in rock music at age 15. At that point, he started his own band called Stone Free with Adrian Smith. After leaving school at age 15, he regularly answered advertisements in Melody Maker. In 1976, he ended up joining Iron Maiden. So this is a fact I actually didn't know. In 1977, he was let go from Iron Maiden, and he spent 6 months with Adrian Smith's band, Urchin. In 1978, he rejoined Iron Maiden, and he's been with them ever since. Dave's guitar of choice is pretty simple. He almost always plays a Stratocaster. Now, that's not to say he doesn't play anything else. I have seen pics of him playing a Les Paul, although I've never seen him play one live. But he does play one on occasion. Adrian Smith grew up in London, and he became interested in rock music at about age 15. He became friends with Dave Murray very early on, and Dave actually is the one that convinced him to learn how to play guitar. After leaving school at age 16, he formed his first band, Urchin, and he led the band until its demise in 1980. Adrian joined Iron Maiden in 1980. He replaced previous guitar player Dennis Stratton, and he remained with Iron Maiden until 1990. After a year-long hiatus, he formed a band called The Untouchables, which later became known as Psycho Motel. In 1997, Psycho Motel was put on hold, and Adrian rejoined his former Iron Maiden bandmate Bruce Dickinson on his solo project. Smith and Dickinson both returned to Iron Maiden in 1999, after which the band has seen a resurgence in their popularity, and they've been touring worldwide ever since. Adrian Smith primarily plays Jackson and Charvel Sandemus style guitars. Unlike his bandmate Dave Murray, he's been known to play a whole bunch of other guitars. Some of those include a Gibson Les Paul, a Gibson SG, an Ibanez Destroyer, a Baby Dean ML, and a Lato Earth, which honestly I think is a really cool looking guitar, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody else play one like that. For this guitar harmony, we're going to focus on one of my favorite Iron Maiden albums, Powerslave, and the song, Aces High. Aces High was written by Steve Harris and was the band's 11th single release. It was also the second release from this album, Powerslave. The song's lyrics are written from the viewpoint of an RAF fighter pilot in the Battle of Britain in 1940. The artwork for the single depicts the band's mascot, Eddie, in the cockpit of a Spitfire, which was one of the principal aircraft to participate in that battle. The music video, filmed in Poland in September of 1984 during the World Slavery Tour, was accompanied with footage of the Battle of Britain as seen through newsreels. That same footage has been used on and off at Iron Maiden concerts to start their shows. Now, if you're an Iron Maiden geek like I am, nothing gets you pumped up more than hearing UFO's Doctor Doctor, followed by the Churchill speech and that footage of the Battle of Britain. In my opinion, the best song to open a concert ever. And that's why I picked it for our video today. Now, Iron Maiden has a lot of songs with really great guitar harmonies in it. Hallowed Be Thy Name is amazing, The Trooper, of course, and some lesser known tunes like Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, which is a great song, by the way. But none of them stand up to Aces High, as far as I'm concerned. This song starts with a guitar harmony, and it ends with a guitar harmony. It's pretty much a guitar harmony sandwich. It don't get better than that. Let me know what your favorite Iron Maiden guitar harmony is in the comments below. And make sure you like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode I'm gonna do on guitar harmonies, which is gonna feature these guys. Doctor, doctor, please!